Ghosts Exposed, a new collectible event, as I shall say, that is available throughout the rest of Halloween month on GTA Online, at least how I possibly think it is. If not, I'll correct myself in the comments below as of next week's weekly updates. But without further ado, this is King Vector 11. Hope you guys do enjoy this little guide. If you do, like, subscribe, stay tuned for more content. That's other than guides and maybe even short clips or whatnot, but still stay tuned for this video. Now here's an entire guide that will even show you locations on where you can find these ghosts on a pre-recording that I have numerously failed to properly pause and unpause. So now let's get straight to it. So I have a map for you guys to basically ghost hunt in GTA Online. So first, let's go through location number 1, which, by the way, before I get to these locations, I like to let you know a few things as fun facts. When you take a photo of a ghost, the ghost disappears, but you can still kind of hear the noise behind it, but I guess it's just to say that you took a photo of it. But regardless though, I don't know if they respawn again. I never really checked too much into that, but you can't really take a photo of it again still, so there's that. In each location, that's up to 10 locations, there are 2 very close locations of each ghost that you can find in about more or less the same area, just a few feet away from each other, give or take. And location number 5 is a very unique location because you cannot snip a photo of this ghost if you haven't taken a photo of every other 9 ghost locations. So that's a fun fact. So we have 2 nights to do this, which means you have to literally waste about 2 hours IRL just to take the 10th photo of GTA Online's Ghost Exposed event to be able to make yourself $250,000. Now let's go through the first location, shall we? So location number 1 to kickstart off this guide spawns between these hours in which you can find these ghosts relatively easy. Let me just show you where. So when you get to this first location, with a notable area, first of all, being north of Sandy Shores Airfield, when you find this bunker that you see next to my radar on the bottom left, just to the right of it, or towards the north side, you will find a barn that I'm pointing an arrow at as we currently speak, just in case you guys don't see the arrow. Voila, here it is, right over here. Okay, this little place, this was what is, I guess, called a barn, and in there you will find 2 locations that are both on the 2nd floor of that barn, which either spawns on the northern side of the 2nd floor, easy to find from the roads, or on the southern side, which is still on the 2nd floor, but you can still take a photo of even from the ground, and it's almost fairly easy to find now that I've given you this location track. So good luck with that. Now we move on to location 2, which is on the next hour, which, by the way, you have 2 minutes to go to each location and take a photo of these ghosts. So now we have 2 different locations for location number 2 between 21 and 22 hour, which I'll tell you where you can find them. And now to simply find the location of this ghost, it is specifically inside of this trailer, not on the roof, but specifically inside of the trailer. Either on this side you may be able to find the ghost through this window, or on this side of the trailer, the southern side of the trailer, on the other window that has nothing covering it at all. Moving into location number 3, that spawns between 22 and 23 hours, right near Mod's bounty hunting location, which you can access through single player via Trevor Phillips for bounty hunting, which is pretty simple if you want to do some geoguessing, whatever. So here is a specific location on where you can find a ghost on either inside or outside of a bus, and I'll tell you exactly where. In which, here is the bus that I have been speaking about. Here, if you look on the radar, is like in between the freeway and to the left of it some other dirt road that has some that goes to it, and if you have a weed farm, that especially is more noticeable to find. So there's an abandoned bus just south of Mod's place, in which you can find either a ghost on the outside, on the southern side of it, or on the inside of the bus, and you can just take a photo of it just like that. And now going on to location number 4, which some may state is a little tricky, but I'll get to it right now. One notable location for this ghost is at this corner at the bottom of the lighthouse. Or there may be a ghost that spawns still on the southern side, or like across the river on the same spot that I was sitting on, just as you saw, that you can still take the same photo of the lighthouse, but you know, up at the light, which some have said it could be hard because the light's in the way and it's gonna hide the ghost and yeah. Which, by the way, before I continue this video, I like to make another 2 suggestions to make matters easier. You can do this with an oppressor Mark II, so that once you take a photo, you can already fly to the next location before the next ghost spawns. And if you get too close to it, well, don't worry, you can always just walk away from it and it's going to appear back into sight again. So don't worry about that, okay? I probably should have said that earlier in the video, but here I am saying it now. So yeah, here's the 2 locations for this specific location. Going to ghost location number 5, it is marked as a golden ghost for 2 reasons. First of all, it has only one specific location between midnight and 1 in the morning. However, you cannot take a photo of this ghost until you take other photos of other ghosts, in which I will go through these ones right now. So let's skip all the way through to number 6, which is, well, right over there, in which I would like to make a few notable, obvious remarks on this location, especially if you're doing it this week. You just gotta head right for the time trial Stab City, and then you want to kind of go a little south underneath the train tracks, and right there, directly from the train tracks to your right, there will be, in this specific block, the location for this ghost, which you can either find on the top of the roof as you're seeing now, or if you look through this window on the the eastern side of the building, on the back of the building from the entrance, which is opposite location of where the ghost is on the roof, you will find the ghost right in this window that you can take a photo of and get yourself free money out of that. Now there's a very short distance going into number 7, which spawns between 2 and 3 o'clock, in which if you go to the cemetery, it spawns right on top of the roof on this corner, on the, I would say, where the triangle meets inside of the graveyard, like the peak of the triangle, I would say. Let's just say when you get here, you can find the ghost easily on this corner of the cemetery, directly on the top point of the corner of this roof. Or if you look just behind the cemetery in the graveyard, right where you see this grass bed, that's where the ghost spawns on directly, in which you can take a photo of and still get yourself free money out of that. Now, I'm going to show you me dragging this map all the way up, because like I said, you have only between 2 and 3 o'clock to snap a photo of it, which is just a very short distance away from here. But as soon as you take a photo of this ghost, you have to go all the way up north into Paleto Bay for this one, otherwise you may risk losing it, which is actually not the worst ghost to find in my opinion, but still could be a little challenging, especially if you haven't gone there on time, which is why I say getting an Oppressor Mark II or even a Deluxo for that matter, although it isn't as fast, quote unquote, it is still remarkably up there to be a recommended vehicle to use when hunting ghosts. So now I'll show you where these ghosts could be located. And one place you can find this ghost in is directly inside of the cabin that you see with a gridded window frame directly to my left, which is at the back of this house. And you can find this house notably, especially when you go to this LS Customs. Right behind it, there's a, let's say, abandoned home, in which, like I said, you can either find the ghost either in the cabin directly behind this house, directly attached to it rather, like probably just chilling behind the grid window as I've said, or you can kindly witness this ghost playing peekaboo, I see you, inside of the attic of the roof with the little hole that's directly nearly the peak of the roof, in which you can take a photo of and get free money. Okay, that's fine. Now, for the next ghost location, which is still another distance away, which I recommend taking off the soonest you possibly could, again, Because yes, now that you've gotten the location of this ghost, assuming at around 3:05, because it might take you some time to pull up the phone, take a photo, and send it. So around maybe 3:03, I would say. It takes about 6 seconds to do that. Now you gotta go all the way across this highway or so, if you want, past the Fort Zancudo military base. Right in there. Yeah, I know this is the bottom of the image, but still... Between 4 and 5, here is location number, let's say 8 for this video, which I'll explain to you where you can find them. And the most notable place or location of this ghost is when, especially if you're doing Sightseer for a CEO or a VIP, or as rather a CEO or VIP, there's a chance that you can find a briefcase in this location of one of the 3 hidden packages that you collect, which, if you complete the event, can give to you about $20,000 to $25,000. So here's the location for that, just underneath the vineyard, I guess you want to call it, rather, if you want to, see what this is. So the location of here is either in this corner, somewhere around here, in this corner of the waterfall, or it spawns right up there, as you may see, right over here. Now, your second to last location for this video, once you take a photo of the ghost on this waterfall, which is right over here, it's about on the waterfall. Now you gotta fly all the way back up, just underneath the, the truest, whoever they call the cultists, whatever, right around there. But on this train track, okay, the location for this is about very simple but complicated, though some are still confused where they could specifically be, and I'll tell you. And its locations will either be on this side of the bridge when you are facing north, or on top of the entrance of the northern side of this railway. For those who may be interested, who may be finding it, it is definitely in those locations there. And finally, the last resuming location in this video. Remember how I told you that, first of all, the ghost that is marked in gold is not available to take a photo of until you've taken a photo of the 9 other ghosts beforehand? That means you have to take about 2 nights in-game to take a photo of not only all the other ghosts, but finally this specific ghost in GTA Online, which has 1 location, and like I said, you have to take 2 nights to do this, which means you have to spend about 96 minutes, give or take, maybe about 90 minutes IRL, which means you have to spend an hour and a half, give or take, maybe an hour and 28 minutes on just ghost hunting, assuming you do all the 9 other locations single-handedly within 1 night. And then you have to wait the next night to take a photo of this ghost, which I will show you where it is. And voila! Here is the final quote-unquote ghost that specifically appears between midnight and 1 a.m. And for those who didn't hear me say the times of the other ghosts, well, they were in the video anyways. Now, some have suggested, before I show you the rest of this video and explain something and show you something pretty cool, some have suggested that it was pretty odd in Rockstar's move that they have not used the ghost that was used in numerous myths around Grand Theft Auto 5 single player, which, well, Grand Theft Auto 5, because we're talking about Grand Theft Auto 5, Grand Theft Auto Online is its own game, don't get the confusion together, but there's a specific ghost that hides somewhere that, it's just there of some girl, whoever, in some dress or whatnot. It was a long-term myth, some maybe long-term thing that could have possibly been true, but either way, if it exists, it exists. If not, well. Anyways, so here's the quote-unquote last location, basically the officially last location that you have to get in GTA Online, which is of a famous character named Johnny Klebitz from, I believe, Grand Theft Auto, The Ballad of Gay Tony. Or not even that. I might be wrong. It could be Grand Theft Auto, the Lost and Damned, something like that. The Lost and Damned, some Grand Theft Auto game like that. It's somewhere around Grand Theft Auto 4 era. I could be confused. Again, I don't play those. I haven't ever played those particular Grand Theft Auto games. But considering the fact that Rockstar has used content from another Grand Theft Auto game of Rockstar Games' property and didn't use the property of specifically the ghost in Grand Theft Auto 5 itself, just questions me if Rockstar just didn't want to copyright infringe Grand Theft Auto 5 in the same game, assuming it could have been caught on much quicker than Take-Two would ever anticipate and therefore not do anything about. Weird. Anyways, here's a bit of footage of what I've clipped of Johnny Klebitz.
I'm speaking with you, asshole! We all get high! We all get high! You been with my girl again? I still love her. I'm speaking with you, asshole! We all get high! Trevor! I still love her.
I would also like to note on proof of this that if you have taken a photo of the ghost but held it on the phone screen before sending it to Ghosts Exposed, when the hour ends, not only will the ghost disappear, but your phone will automatically send the image to Ghosts Exposed without you having to do anything, which I found pretty interesting. But still, I got my rewards. I have gotten an extra $50,000 credited. I got a text of Ghosts Exposed saying, oh yeah, you guys were so spooked, it looks so real. And I also have the Ghosts Exposed livery for the Albany Brigham, which was a new drip feed vehicle that was released just this week for GTA Online. So that is all that I have for this video of Ghosts Exposed for all 10 times 2 locations for all ghosts around the map. Good luck ghost hunting. Enjoy ghost hunting. Good luck doing it as soon as you possibly could, if you want. And, well, that's all I have for this video. Hope you guys did enjoy this video, and as long as I've made it. And if you did, like, subscribe, share with your friends. Enjoy, you know, I hope you did enjoy watching it, and I will see you all on the next upload. Thank you for watching, and good luck out there. And I will let you know if it's available for future weeks by like next Thursday. So stay tuned for that, and peace out.